Hey, honestly, I'm somewhat torn as I'm giving you all these notes. Some of you guys are just experts at slope intercept form, and you're like, yeah, okay, I get standard form. It's not that big a deal. Uh, Point slope form might be the most useful form of a line. And if you could use it, efficiently, let's say, it would save you a ton of time, and you're going to probably get a lot more answers right in higher levels of math. So maybe I should have started with this guy, and kind of work backward and whatever. Hopefully, you're still watching my videos. That's what I'm trying to say. The M stands for slope still. Okay, that's the slope. Let's just get that out of the way. And here's the deal. This guy right here is the X component for for a point on the line. So it's going to be the X component for a point that we definitely know is on the line. And this guy over here is the Y component for a point on the line. So I want you to write that down right here in your notes. And then we're going to try to use that right now. So look, it tells me here's the X sub 1, a point on the line. Here is the Y sub 1, another, well, I should say that's the X component. This is the Y component for this point on the line. And here's the slope right over here. So they're telling us what the slope is, and we're done in like a heartbeat here. I just go Y minus a -5 because the Y value is -5, and the slope is 11. So I'm going to put 11 where the slope belongs, and then I take a parenthesis. I put 11 times the quantity. That's the way we read that. X minus the X value. Okay. Now, you might be saying, why do you write minus a -5? Couldn't you have just put y plus 5? Absolutely, you can. And that's what I'd recommend you do. We're done. Don't change it into any other form unless it forces you to. Like it says, hey, put that now into standard form or put it into slope intercept form. There's no reason to do those things other than just a mathematical exercise. This is a great answer for a line. And I know some of you guys have been forced to put it into other forms of a line, and you think, well, those are better forms because the problem asked me to do that. They're not. Okay, so how do problems get a little bit more difficult? Well, sometimes they won't give you the slope. You need to find the slope. And I hope you remember the slope formula. We probably should put that over here. This is really important. Y sub 2 minus y sub 1 all over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. That's how you find the slope if they don't give it to you. If they just give you 2 points, we're going to go 13 minus 1, 13 minus 1. It's unfortunate that both the x and the y values are both 1 over here, but I'm going 13 minus the 1 right there. Now I'm going to go 7 minus 1 in the denominator. And then I'm going to reduce this. So I get 12 over 6. Hopefully I don't botch the arithmetic. And I get 2. Okay, so my slope is 2. Now here's the crazy thing. I could use this point, or I could use this point. So they've got to, like, if we look at the key in the back of the book or something like that, they should say both answers because both of them are fully correct answers. So I'm going to use the 7 and the 13 just because the 13 and the 7 are different numbers, and it'll maybe be a little bit more obvious that I'm putting the y sub 1 right there. That's my y sub 1. Or maybe you think it's a y sub 2. It doesn't really matter how you think about it. And then the slope is 2, so I'm going to put 2 times the quantity, x minus 7, right? So this is my x sub 1 right over here. And so I just claimed that's the point I'm going to use. I could, of course, use the 1. So I could have y minus 1 equals 2 times x minus 1. If you're a non-believer, like you're like, no way, that doesn't work, Nelson. These are totally two different lines. Stick with me on the rest of this video. And then if you're buying it, then great. Go on and try problem number 21. One of our homework problems is just like this guy right here. Okay. And then you can just fast forward through this little explanation. So I'm going to jam over to Desmos, of course, because you know how much I love Desmos. And I'm going to put my equation in. It was y minus 1 equals 11 times x minus 1. Okay, so there's the equation of my line, right? So I'm just going to go over and double check in my notes. Did I have it right? Y minus 1, 11. I was thinking about that problem over there. The slope's 2, not 11. So let's make it 2. Okay, now on the next line, I want to take that other point, 7, 13, and I want to write y minus 13 equals 2 times the quantity x minus, what was it again? 7? 7? Oh, look at that. Kaboom. It's right on top of the other line. What's it mean if it's right on top of the red line? The blue one is right on top of the red one. Well, that means that they're the same line. This equation is identical to this one. If we converted them to standard form or slope-intercept form, they'd look identical to each other. Right now, do they look identical to each other? Not really. Okay. Anyways, hey, if you just did number 21, I hope you skipped ahead in the video if you didn't want to see that right there. So I got to find my slope. So I go 5 minus a negative 3 all over 1 minus 2, 1 minus 2. And that's 8, right? 5 minus a negative 3 is 8. And then 1 minus 2 is negative 1. So I get negative 8 for my slope. Again, hope I didn't botch that. Now I can use either one of these values. I think I'll use this one because they're both positives. This negative might mess us up a little bit. So y minus 5 equals negative 8 times the quantity x minus 1. Done. There's the equation of my line. Okay. Hey, thanks for watching my videos today, ladies and gentlemen.